What's up,
We're
Rob?
good. How are you, Kevin?
I'm good. I'm good. Dr. Robert Silverman, chiropractor based out of New York City. Brilliant when it comes to supplementation, fortifying your immune system, fortifying your health in general. New York Times bestseller of uh,
Inside Out Health.
Inside
Amazon
Out. Was it
bestseller. You're good.
Inside Out Health? And what's your next book called?
Super Highway to Health, 7 steps to optimizing the gut-brain connection, due out in August of 2020. Something you know a lot about.
Yes, yes. And your presentations, your presentation of the material, and teach. I watched you present live at a biotics at the Epic Functional Medicine Conference in Houston, and then again in Houston. It's just great. I really appreciate
Appreciate
the
you.
work you do, who you are, and how you help people. So
Thank you
cheers, man.
so very much.
Yeah. So COVID-19. Here we are with a whole lot. I mean, as you said in your first live a couple days ago on the subject, was that it is definitely taking the conversation.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about what it is, it's a virus. And you know, actually I'd like to ask you what is a virus? Let's go down just like the very basics.
It's so funny. That's such a common question. I think virus, if you like hashtagged it now, would come up. Virus is a living organism. The interesting thing about a virus is that it can lie dormant. So let's give an example of virus. Chickenpox, right? Lies dormant in your central nervous system, comes back in an adult in some people as shingles. So we have viruses. We have a lot more bacteria than we do viruses. And one of the things I just want to throw out is that we don't look at that kingdom enough. We always talk about gut health and the skin and the bacteria. We never talk about viruses. But now with this pandemic, we're talking about viruses.
You know, I was Wikipediaing virus, and it switched from being living to not living to like a compound. Somebody won a Nobel Peace Prize in chemistry about discovery of what a virus is, and it's interesting. I feel like we aren't really clear on what a virus is, but my understanding is that it is a biological agent that comes in and messes up how you're producing proteins in the future. How does that sound? How am I
I
doing?
like that. I like the approach. I think it's clear and concise.
All right. All right. Okay. So if that's virus, I mean, the influenza is a virus as well.
Correct.
And you said that this is 86%, like the genetic sequence is 86% the same as SARS.
That's right. SARS was original, so was SARS-CoV, and now we have SARS-CoV-2. So SARS is 86% of the genome is similar to what we have in COVID-2. Interesting, though, the little mutation is where all the problems have been caused.
Okay. So tell me about SARS, refresh my memory.
SARS was back in about 15 years ago, and it was the pandemic, et cetera, et cetera. But the interesting thing about SARS is they got it under control very, very quickly. This one, for some reason, doesn't seem to, or those in charge don't seem to have the same positive effect. Um, Again, it was a virus that damaged the respiratory area, and that's what this one does. And that's where all the damaging is. This one is very unique in that it's mutated multiple times. So again, it's different than and we've heard a lot of discussion. Is it the seasonal flu? It's very different than the seasonal flu. The seasonal flu, you and I have antibodies because we've been exposed to it. Maybe we've had it. We don't take flu shots, but those who have taken flu shots have antibodies now to the seasonal flu. Remember, when people say it's a new flu, it's a new strain, we're not sure if we have it right, or we have to add that to you. You always have that option to take the flu shot. You and I don't take the shots, or let our immune system, because we try and take care of ourselves. Now, this one's vastly different because it came from an animal. So it was a bat, they have theorized. So it went from animal to animal, animal to animal. Now it's human. And within 2 weeks, it became very virulent because it went from human to human. And then it mutated one more time. So there's 2 different strains, and that's part of the problem. There's an S strain and there's an L strain. Now, this particular virus is so unique in that it's the first virus that I've seen that actually is extraordinarily effective at transmitting and getting through the cell receptor, cell membrane. It's called a furin cleavage, not to get too technical. But because of that ability, it's able to get in and it stimulates an inflammatory pathway called the NLRP3, releasing interleukins. The ability to cleave open the cell receptor allows it to hit multiple organs and multiple tissues. And the unfortunate thing for even you and I is that we don't have any autoimmunity to it as of yet, or antibodies.
Right. So as far as our immune system, like I'm not afraid of personally being endangered by this virus. I've been working on my immune system for a long time. This thing's strong, and have full faith in it. I am concerned with transmitting this to other people who are pretty weak in that, but also I'm concerned about transmitting other viruses and things that can infect people who have weak immune systems anyways. And I absolutely see that this is coming on heavily. However, I also feel like there's a lot of hype going on that is getting people more in their limbic brains and doing irrational things, to the point where I'm not as afraid of the virus as I am of people acting out of fear and irrationally as a result of it.
Agreed. I think that there's a little bit of a panic, and it's unfortunate. And I think there is a tremendous dichotomy amongst the different groups of people, in that there's some people who, you said it best. I'm not as concerned about myself. I'm concerned about myself infecting someone else. So I'm going to adhere to the social isolation, the 6 feet of physical distancing. I'm going to do what I have because you're worried about the greater good. There's others who are like, it's a hoax. It's this hoax. It came out 2 days ago. And the genome is without question human, not man-made, because of the specific spikes. So I don't think people should panic. I think people should adhere to what they need. We'll give them some suggestions what to do while they're home. Listen to the proverbial experts. I mean, Fauci sounds great on TV. Sanjay Gupta, I have ultimate respect for on CNN. So there's groups of doctors that actually they have the answer you want to hear. So listen to their recommendations.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I'm a little skeptical of CNN and things of that sort. There's a lot of
I said Sanjay Gupta. I didn't just say. I said he's on CNN. I didn't say necessarily CNN or CNBC or File, whatever it is. Right. I just said he does a good job, and Fauci does a good job.
I'm much more of a fan of talking to people like you and other really qualified practitioners and people I know who are on the front lines with this, people working in hospitals. And I mean, but what we can do to stop the spread of this is, don't go out and hang out with people and be in close proximity. If you have plans to watch a concert, probably put that off for a while, right?
No doubt.
And also I was talking to a friend who said respiratory masks are great if you have it. It
Right.
prevents it from going to somebody else. Doesn't necessarily prevent you from contracting it, but it definitely helps others from getting it.
Right. It protects them from you.
Yes. Yes. Precisely. Okay, well, good. What would you? I mean, we have the regular wash your hands, cancer plans, do all that stuff, right? Um, what I'm concerned about is the hysteria surrounding it, as I've said, and most of that usually comes from not understanding or from not being informed, from being unsure. Uncertainty breeds fear
Right.
and feeling out of control. So, what can people do to feel in control right now?
Well, right now, stay in. And I know that's difficult. Again, listen to the experts. But here's some things you can do. Yeah, obviously, wash your hands, your physical distancing. Here's what they should do. Here's a time to really start getting healthy. Now's your training camp, whether it's 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. Come on. Now's the time. We're all in it together. Leadership is a term that means you're supposed to step forward to lead a group of people. That group can be 3, it can be 300 million, whatever it is. So let's take a step and help somebody else. Now, here's what I would strongly suggest you do. Eat good quality foods. We can go to the supermarket. Don't buy the crap. If you notice, the only things that are left are the organic foods. Everybody's buying all the Ronzoni and this and that. And of course, the toilet paper. That's important. Sponsored toilet paper. I always wondered, they must be like smoking it at night or doing something, but they're buying a lot of toilet paper, but good quality foods, whole grass-fed foods, no gluten, because we know gluten damages the gut, no dairy, no smoking, no artificial sweeteners, no processed food, eat at home. So it's amazing, things we talked a little bit about the economics. We know the economics may get a little tight. Whenever you eat out, you eat home. Enjoy cooking. Eat these good quality foods. Now we're allowed to go for a walk. Can't go for a walk. Here's some great things to do. Planks, side planks, bird dogs, push-ups, air squats, burpees. All my friends that are physical trainers, they're great. They're all online. They have workouts for free. Yep. Go find one. Yep. Start exercising. Start eating better. Catch up on some sleep. Read a book.
I really love what you said. Like, now's your boot camp to get healthy. Mm-hmm. If you're not healthy, now's the time. Let's up our game and get healthy. Dr. Alex Vasquez, who is a mutual, mentor and just brilliant human. He had an antiviral nutrition book that he just made available for $3. That's phenomenal. As you know, all of his work is phenomenal. And I will be interviewing Dr. Vasquez tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time.
You tell him hello.
I will.
I said hi, and if he wants to get on with me, I'd love him to get on.
Nice.
Tell him we can do a little bilingual. Hola, Alex. ¿Cómo estás? Hola. Estoy bien.
Bien. All right, my man. Well, cool. Thank you for coming on. Is there anything else you would like to let people know? And where can people find you?
Okay, they can find me and please like me every day, weekday, not weekend. I'm on Facebook. You saw it. I'm on Facebook at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's Dr. Robert Silverman. So you can follow me there. My website, Robert Silverman. To help with their real simple 3 products. Little vitamin D, D3 with K2. Great choice, 5,000 IUs. Liposomal vitamin C, great for the immune function. Decreases what we call the cytokine storm in COVID-19. And the last thing that I really like is a good quality probiotic. So use a good probiotic. to populate your stomach, to enable your gut where 80% of your immune cells are. Everybody's talking about all these things and these special immune supports, and they're important, but take care of your gut.
Yep, absolutely. And, immune support, those three, I like the Garlic Plus, I think, Biotics Garlic Plus.
Does a great
Garlic
job, garlic.
Plus, vitamin C, it's fantastic. So yeah, thanks so much, my man.
Don't forget, and don't forget. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. See you soon.